Have you ever found yourself reacting in a way you didn't intend, even after you thought you'd learned better? Every Stoic Strength Athlete, as I call them, begins their journey the same way an aspiring weightlifter does, by stepping up to the barbell with the body they have today. Not the body they wish they had, not the body they imagine they might have someday, their real body, with its strengths, weaknesses, habits, and limitations. This is the starting point of all training. Just as a lifter brings their current conditioning to the barbell, you bring your conditioned self into every moment of life. Just as a lifter must consciously choose how to approach the barbell, you must activate your choosing self to direct your actions. And just as a lifter eventually performs with automatic precision under pressure, you develop your preferred self, the standard you hold for your personal excellence. Let's explore this metaphor in detail. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control, from Fitness to Flourishing. Before the athlete touches the barbell, their body has already been conditioned with patterns. Some are strong, some are flawed, all are real. Their nervous system fires in familiar ways. Their technique reflects past practice. Their strengths and weaknesses are the accumulated result of every rep they've ever performed, good or bad. This is the conditioned self, the automatic patterns you bring into every situation. It's fast, efficient, shaped by repetition, and triggered by the circumstances. When the weight gets heavy, the athlete's body defaults to its conditioning. When life gets heavy, so do you. This is why someone can be patient for years and still snap. Why someone can be disciplined for months and still relapse. Why someone can be honest for years and still lie under stress. The conditioned self is not, in quotes, your true nature. It's simply what has been trained so far. The Stoic Strength Athlete doesn't resent this. They don't deny it. They don't pretend it's otherwise. They acknowledge where they are, and then they train. But what happens when those automatic responses don't serve us anymore? When life gets heavy and our conditioning lets us down? That's where the choosing self comes in. Now picture the athlete stepping up to the barbell. This moment, the moment before the lift, is where the intention is set. The athlete sets their stance. They brace their core. They grip the bar. They decide how they will move. This is the choosing self. It's the faculty of volition, the conscious agent capable of directing action. It's the only place where virtue exists, because virtue is nothing more than the act of choosing well in the present moment. The choosing self, during a weight training session, might say, I keep my chest up. I stay patient off the floor. I commit to this rep. In life beyond the gym, the choosing self might say, when I feel anger rising, then I choose patience. When I feel fear, then I choose courage. When I notice I'm distracted, then I choose to focus on the task at hand. The choosing self directs the conditioned self. It shapes and retrains it. But this stage is effortful. It requires awareness, attention, and deliberate action. The athlete must think through every detail. You must think through every choice. This is the phase where training is most conscious and most effectively transformative. Each choice is a moral moment. Each choice is a vote for the person you prefer to be. Each choice lays down new conditioning. This is the shift from allowing the conditioned self to run free to using the choosing self to train a preferred response, which brings us to the preferred self. Now, imagine the athlete months later stepping onto the competition platform. The lights are bright, the crowd is loud, the stakes are high, the barbell is loaded. The athlete moves with precision, calm, and confidence. Their technique has become automatic. Their bracing is instinctive. Their timing is sharp, and their mind is focused. This is the result of having a preferred self, the standard to which you aspire. It's not the result of wishing. It's not the result of leaving things to chance. It's the result of thousands of decisions made by the choosing self, repeated until they have become the new conditioned self. The preferred self is your standard. It's aligned with your highest values. It makes the excellent choice under pressure. It's the habits, the responses, and the choices you would make if you had the choice in any circumstance. The athlete no longer needs to consciously think through every detail. With the preferred self as the standard and the training consistent with that standard, their body expresses the choices they've made over months and years. This is about reliability, not perfection. Mistakes may still happen, but the excellent response becomes most probable. The preferred self is not the end of training. It's the beginning of a new level. Mastery is never achieved. It's the journey itself. Which brings us to the spiral of virtue. The progression is simple and cyclical. The conditioned self, the athlete's current baseline. What my body and mind do automatically as a response to the circumstances. The choosing self. This is the athlete approaching the barbell. What I choose to do right now. Finally, the preferred self. This is the trained competitor. What I am training myself to do automatically. This is the Stoic Strength spiral of virtue, training your conditioning through repeated, deliberate choices until your automatic responses reflect your highest values and most important goals. Consistently iterating, practicing, and training toward an ever higher standard of personal excellence. This metaphor captures the central truth of Stoic strength. Even in the midst of our most physical endeavors, the strength of mind we have trained determines how much of the physical strength can be realized. The athlete metaphor makes this undeniable. The conditioned self is the body as it is. The choosing self is the mind directing the body. The preferred self is the standard to which we aspire. This is the path of the Stoic Strength Athlete. Daily training. Training to build a life where your automatic responses reflect the values you've chosen, whatever the circumstances. To step up to the barbell of life with the confidence of someone who has trained their mind as rigorously as any athlete conditions their body. To live with the strength to make the excellent choice in the moment. The Stoic Strength Athlete doesn't aim for overnight transformation. Real change is built rep by rep, choice by choice. With that in mind, what's one choice you can make today to start training to be more consistent with your preferred self? The bar is set not by your current condition, but by your conscious choice. That's it for today. Catch you next time.